I haven't read a single word of this. I wanted to do it live. So let's just make this nice and big. Okay. The killer can now perform a Mori on the last survivor without using an offering. Okay, so they changed this completely. Because originally this Mori was when you downed the last survivor, you would automatically Mori them. No more 4 Moris from Ebony? Wait, really? Oh, so what you're saying is this is the only Mori you can do in the game. Yo, it's only a matter of time before Tombstone Myers gets nerfed. All you Myers mains out there, count your days. I mean, they'll probably buff him in other ways, but they're gonna get rid of Tombstone. Basically, you can always, by default, Mori the last survivor. You know, the annoying thing about this, though, all the other 3 survivors have to be dead, right? So does that mean you have to leave the last survivor on the ground until all, like... Say you have one person on a hook, right? And then you down the last survivor. You can't Mori them yet, right? Like, the person on hook would have to die first? If the other 3 survivors are dead or escaped. The only reason I'm not a fan is because it seems like you're gonna see Moris less often now. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Okay, so let's read this first, and then we'll read what the buff is. By the way, it's just a PTB. It's not coming to live yet. If it's busted in the PTB, it will not make it to live. So when you finish healing a survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor that you healed. You can only trigger this every 140 seconds. However, that is going away. There's going to be no cooldown. Okay. So now the effect will linger for a few seconds when out of range. So you'll continue to run 5% faster when you run away from that 12 meters. Increase the range to 16 meters. So as long as you're 16 meters within a survivor who healed you, or that you healed, whoever had the perk, you both run 5% faster. And it no longer has a cooldown. And it no longer deactivates when the other survivor loses a health state. So this could be pretty strong. But you have to think about it. You have to think about this, right? It sounds strong, right? However, in order for survivors to get value from this, those 2 survivors have to be within 16 meters of each other. So if the one survivor you're chasing wants to keep that 5%, the other survivor has to chase behind you as well or stay within, which means they're not doing a gen. So basically they just have to hover around and do nothing so that people can get 5% speed. I'm trying to think of scenarios where this could be really strong. This could be really strong. This is a completely rare scenario, but imagine it's the end game, right? Survivor gets unhooked at the end game. The killer's not there. They start coming back to the hook. The person who unhooks has this perk and will make it. Heals them super fast. If they're on a team of Swift and they both have hope as well, they can run to the exit gate. They'll have hope 7% plus this 5%. As long as they stay next to each other, they won't lose that extra 5%. So they'll be running at 12% extra speed to the exit gate. But again, that's still such a rare scenario. I just don't see that it's overpowered because, again, in order to get value, the survivors have to stay this close to each other. Collective stealth. Whenever another survivor finishes healing you, you both leave no scratch marks within. Okay, so it's basically the same thing, but scratch marks. So is this the same thing then? It's the same thing. They did the same thing. So you just don't have scratch marks when you're running close to each other. You start the trial with 3 tokens and gain a token up to 5 for every great skill check. When a survivor fails a normal skill check while cooperating, 1 token is consumed. So basically, okay, you just make it to where your teammates don't fail skill checks. Cool. Now applies to survivors within 8 meters who are cooperating in the same action. Still nobody's going to use this perk. Inner focus. You can see other survivor scratch marks whenever another survivor loses a health state within 32 meters, the killer's aura is revealed to you. Increase the aura duration to 10 seconds. Okay. And range requirement. Okay. So what this means now is anytime one of your teammates loses a health state, you will see the killer's aura for 10 seconds. That's pretty good. So this actually might be worth running now. We're gonna live forever. Looks like it's getting a buff. Increase the healing speed bonus to 150%. Was 100. Survivors aren't left in the dying state that often. They're not left in the dying state often. Right. Okay, so you heal survivors in the dying state 150% faster. Poised. When you first start repairing a generator, you see the killer's aura for 6 seconds. Yo, that's actually pretty good. What does it mean by when you first start repairing a generator? Does that mean when you first get on the generator? Does that mean when the generator, like the generator has to be fully regressed, like from 0? What does that mean? Does it mean anytime you get on a gen? Once per gen per match. Okay. This is Lethal Pursuer for survivors. Yes, that's what this is. Blood Rush now activates for 60 seconds after being unhooked. Previously activated permanently when you were 1 hook away from death. Blood Rush now deactivates upon performing a conspicuous action. Blood Rush now deactivates when the exit gates are powered. Does that mean you could use this twice in a match now? After your first hook and after your second hook? Yeah, I don't really see this being very useful. It's one of those perks that, like, you only get value if you're not doing anything. And you don't even get endgame value. Okay, Distortion. Oh, wait, no, quick gambit. I missed this. When being chased, see the auras of other survivors. I would love for all of my solo queue teammates to run this perk and stay away from my gens. Quick Gambit now has a 60-second cooldown upon losing a health state. Reduce repair speed to 5%. Repair speed no longer has a limited range. Survivors working on highlighted generators. Okay. Does that mean that for as... Okay. Hold on a second. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does this mean that when you're being chased, every other survivor has a 5% gen buff? So if you get chased and then you get injured, it goes away. But if you're looping that bitch at Shack for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, all of your teammates suddenly get, yo, this is good. This could be really good. Any survivor who's really good in chase throws this bitch on and all of their teammates get 5% extra speed on gens. If someone's running Deja Vu, that means they get 11%. So what happened to Distortion? No longer has tokens and instead deactivates once used until the next time you are chased. Oh, shit! That means you can't hide. You have to be chased in order to use it again. That's so funny. You have to be chased in order to even use this perk. Let's fucking go. When you hide in a locker, this perk activates. You leave no pools of blood or grunts for 10 seconds. When you exit the locker, you see other survivors and the closest generators for 10 seconds. Now suppresses the grunts of pain, pools of blood for as long as you're in the locker. This effect lingers for 30 seconds after exiting the locker. Have like a temporary Iron Will. So like you could go in a locker and then get out of the locker and you have Iron Will and no blood for 30 seconds. Genetic limits. Anytime a survivor loses a health state, they suffer from the exhaustion status effect. Wow. Anytime a survivor loses a health state, they're exhausted for 8 seconds? Dude, all you have to do is hit them and they can't use any of their exhaustion perks. Let's see what they're doing. Do you see what they're doing? They're buffing chase perks. They're trying to make it so that people like use different perks that affect chases. I like this a lot. When a survivor performs an unhook, their healing speed is reduced by 50% for 30 seconds. We won't make it? Yeah, that's what they should call this. This de-incentivizes you to go back to the hook. Because if you don't go back to hook, they're going to heal there. And if they heal there, it's going to take a long time. So this is good for killers and survivors. Survivors won't get tunnels, but killers get less time of survivors on gens. Thwack now starts with 3 tokens. Gain 1 token upon hooking a survivor. When breaking a pallet or breakable wall, consume a token. Causes survivor within 24 meters to scream and reveal their location. Every time you kick a pallet, you see auras, and then every time you hook a survivor, you get more tokens. So you're basically gonna get fucking aura reading every time you break a pallet. That's good. I didn't mean to click that. Whoops. That's good as fuck. Dude, this is awesome. It actually makes me want to run different perks as killer. I'm sick of running pain res, but god damn it, it's just the best killer perk. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. Machine learning. The most recently damaged generator. Yes! Thank God they changed this. The most annoying part of this perk was that you had to kick 2 gens. You'd have to kick a gen, and then you'd have to go kick another gen, and then you could get machine learning value. Now you just kick 1 gen. I'm gonna use this perk all the fucking time now, because this perk is really fun. Machine learning is really fun to use. It's so strong too. So the fact that you only have to kick 1 gen now makes it so much better. So Deathbound, when a survivor heals somebody else, that survivor screams and they're oblivious for 60 seconds. No longer has distance requirement. And no longer has duration. Deactivates when the healer is hooked. That means the person who heals the survivor is permanently oblivious until they're hooked. That's really good. Stealth builds are gonna go crazy. When a survivor is within 6 meters of a dropped pallet, within 16 meters of your location, their aura is revealed for 10 seconds. So that means when you're chasing a survivor and say they drop a pallet in chase, you will then see that survivor's aura for 10 seconds. Dead Man Switch minor change now only applies to the first survivor who stops repairing on a generator. Ooh, okay. But 50 seconds? It's a nerf and a buff. Imagine a survivor has a gen to 80, 90%. They get blown off it with pain res deadmans. They can't touch that gen again for almost a full minute. Yeah, it's not bad. I think people will still use this because of the 50 seconds that it blocks a gen for. 50 seconds is insane. Obviously the nerf is nice though, so I guess we'll just see. When hooking a survivor, all other injured survivors are exhausted for 45 seconds. Okay. Which has no cooldown. Okay, so what this means is every time that a survivor is hooked, every injured survivor will be exhausted for 30 seconds. No cooldown. So pretty good exhaustion perk, but it does only apply if you're injured. But this is really good on killers like Legion or Plague. Think about Legion or Plague, right? Anytime they hook a survivor, everybody gets exhausted every time, no cooldown. That's pretty fucking good for Legion and Plague. Pretty fucking good. Crowd control. The last 5 vaults which survivors rush will be blocked by the entity. Oh, okay. So it blocks 5 vaults. That's good, man. You know what's a fun build I just thought of just now? You know it'd be a fun build. So right, you run Hex crowd control, Hex blood favor, and Undying. So you have 2 hexes that are pure chase. You block pallets, you block windows. And then you have Undying to give you more time. And then your 4th perk, you run Pentimento. There's your slowdown, right? Survivors have to cleanse those hexes if they want to last longer in chase, but then after they cleanse all 3 of those hexes, you light up Penti on all 3, then they gotta go cleanse all those. That's a fucking good build. Helps you in chase, helps you slow down gens. Survivors have to cleanse 6 totems. Pretty fucking good, dude. Holy shit, that's pretty fucking good. Predator, major update. Yeah, nobody's fucking used this perk since 2016. When a survivor escapes a chase, reveal their aura for 6 seconds. Then the perk goes on cooldown for... Oh? Okay, listen. I'm playing Spirit, right? I'm playing Spirit, one of the best killers in the game. The survivor I'm chasing has Iron Will. I hit her, I'm in chase. I go in phase. Oh shit, I can't hear her. Where'd she go? There's Iron Will. I don't know where she went. I come out of phase, and because I'm no longer in chase, her aura is just revealed to me. So then I look around, I see Iron Will survivor, wherever they are, with their aura. And then I go kill them. Good with play with your food. It is good with play with your food. Well, kind of, but it goes on cooldown. So this would be good with play with your food if you're trying to get 2 stacks, yeah. Skull Merchant, here we go. Again, I've seen nothing. I have no idea what the fuck they even changed. Okay, change. Decrease the hindered penalty when scanned by a drone to 5% was 10. Okay, we cut that shit in half. That's good. That was repulsive as fuck. Skull Merchant no longer gains haste when scanning a survivor. Okay, she no longer gets haste. Sounds good to me. Reduce the number of drone scan lines to 1. Wait. Okay. So with a drone, right? You have a drone here, and it's doing this, right? It's doing this. Now you're telling me it just does this? Just one line all the way around instead of this. Ooh-wee. Damn, that's pretty big, man. Minor update to Hillbilly. Okay. Decreases time before overdrive starts to dissipate to 8 seconds was 15. That's a nerf, right? Decreased overdrive movement speed. Nerf. Decreased overdrive charges gained while revving. Nerf. Increased missed attack cooldown. Nerf. Okay. So they nerfed him a little bit. Twins. They increased Victor's cooldown when crushed to 20 seconds was 15. Okay, so you don't get Victor back for an extra 5 seconds. Increased cooldown after Victor downs a survivor to 3.2 seconds. I don't really see a problem with that. The unknown changes are interesting but good. Okay. There's a new HUD update to display teleport cooldown and hallucination spawn time. Oh! So you can actually better coordinate when you can teleport and when your hallucinations are going to spawn. That's a good quality of life change. Movement speed now decreases sooner when charging your power. That's a nerf. Increased teleport recovery speed. That's a buff. So when you teleport, you recover faster. Improved visual and audio feedback when using the UVX. Overall, I would say I'm happy with like 90% of it, at least. I love a lot of these perk changes. I'm excited to like try builds with all these fucking perks. Yeah. Cool. I like that. That's a W in my opinion.